Hey guys, welcome back to this week's comic book review. Really fast because we're going into FlashPoint. Want to reiterate a few things that happened in the final issue of The Flash. Hot Pursuit was killed or drained of life. Or read the book and you'll find out. How about that? In total, I would like to say the Flash series 1 through 12 had its great points. Artwork was amazing in every single issue. There were issues that were boring, but then there were issues that were amazing. So I leave this 12-part Flash series up to you guys. It was considered an ongoing. I don't know why all of a sudden they just made it a 12-part series. It was a 1-year series, 12 months in a year, so it was a 1-year series, all leading into FlashPoint.
I'll be back.
But it's going to be, once FlashPoint's over, it's going to go back to the original Flash series.
Talk about they're cutting it as a Flashpoint.
Exactly. So Hot Pursuit dies. Reverse Flash does something, and the world changes in the very last page of this issue. Now we're into FlashPoint. Now, FlashPoint number 1. Anything that's going on in FlashPoint is not directly impacting the entire DC Universe. As a matter of fact, this is only impacting Flash Comics. DC Universe is moving forward as if FlashPoint is not happening. So Superman's going to continue on his story, Batman, and everybody else, etc. That is why there are so... Now I figure out why there are so many tie-ins to FlashPoint, because none of the actual series are connected to FlashPoint other than Booster Gold and the millions of other tie-ins that have FlashPoint literally stamped on them. So the only ongoing series that has any connection to this, as far as continuity universe, is Booster Gold. So I guess that's why there are so many miniseries and so many one-shots, because I guess DC just went through a huge Blackest Night crossover in tons of titles, so I guess that's why. But still, it's a lot of money, and of course I am definitely unable to buy every single one of those issues. I'm only getting things that have to do with Superman, Lois Lane, and
at $2.99, you can't really afford to get 30 titles.
Absolutely not. $60 a month. I already did the calculations, if you remember, from the last issue episode. So I'll be getting the issues that have to do with Superman. I heard from a few people who commented on my last comic review that you don't have to get the side stories to know what's going on in FlashPoint. All you need is FlashPoint. So happy about that. Now let's get into FlashPoint. I will be getting, like I said, the Superman tie-ins to FlashPoint. In this issue, Flash is wakes up and the universe is different. He no longer has his abilities. There is no Superman, apparently, and Flash's mom is alive. Well, I'm going to call him Barry right now because he's Barry Allen. Barry Allen's mom is alive. And it turns out Wonder Woman and Aquaman are bad guys for some reason. They want to rule the world. And the only band of superheroes, or heroes as I say in quotes, they all hate each other and want to kill each other. And Cyborg tries to recruit Batman, and Batman basically refuses Cyborg because he says that Cyborg is basically putting people together that if they all were in the same room they probably would kill each other. And I'm going to show you guys the actual group. And this is $3.99, by the way. So this is not this is not going by the $2.99 rule. This is $1 more, but it's worth $1 in my opinion. It's because it's a big series, so it has its reasons. So here you go. This is the band of superheroes that are left in the remade. I'm going to call this the Flashpoint universe because that's basically what this is. Basically, Ben Sur is still alive. Shazam is now Captain Thunder for some reason instead of Captain Marvel, and the Shadow. Everything is different. You guys have to pick this up to understand where I'm going with this. So Batman declines Cyborg's invitation, so to speak, and because he declines, everybody else backs out because the group of superheroes were going to go against Wonder Woman and Aquaman, or Aqua Lord, so to speak. I think he's called Aqua Lord in this series.
Lord?
Yes, I believe he's Aqua Lord. No, they say Aquaman, so yeah. So they all end up saying no, and they leave Cyborg to wallow in his defeat. So Barry Allen wants to know what's going on, and he's trying to figure out. Yes, that's just a Midtown advertisement. Barry Allen has to find Batman and has to find out what's going on and fix it. So he goes to Wayne Mansion, and basically he knows where Batman's Batcave entrance is. So he goes into the Batcave, and he gets confronted by this world's Batman, Flashpoint's Batman. And he's like, Bruce, I know who you are, and I need help. This is wrong. You gotta know. You gotta wake up. I know your real name, and I know what happened. And he's like, Bruce, what are you talking about? I watched Bruce die. Huge spoiler. This is the huge shocker of the first issue, and the only reason why I'm getting Flashpoint #2, because I'm being honest with you guys, Flashpoint's okay, but because it is not really it doesn't really have any ramifications on DC at all. It really has ramifications on only the Flash, but this is the only reason why I'm getting Flashpoint #2. Batman is not Bruce Wayne. Turns out Bruce Wayne in the Flashpoint universe died. Okay? Batman is Thomas Wayne, the father.
Whoa.
So in Flashpoint universe, Bruce dies and Thomas Wayne lives. There is no Superman, and Cyborg is apparently this huge superhero, and yeah, that's basically all. And also Iris is not with Barry anymore. For some reason, Iris is with another, in love or married to another guy. Love the splash page with the Flashpoint Batman, by the way, really awesome. Great artwork, by the way, amazing.
Mm.
And what would you come on? What would you expect? This is a huge event. And basically, that's all that happens in this issue. It's a 5-issue series. We got 5 months of Flashpoint. Rough start. To be honest with you guys, I'm not sure really what to feel about this right now. Oh yeah, that's Captain Thunder. I really have no idea what to think about this right now. I'm going to let Flashpoint play out. I'm going to check out the Superman tie-ins to Flashpoint, or the Superman Flashpoint, like the Superman in the Flashpoint universe and the Lois Lane in the Flashpoint universe. And within a month or two, if I'm still not interested or hating this series, I'll just drop it. But like I said, Thomas Wayne, that's what hooked me for the next issue at least. And we'll see where Flashpoint goes. I'll probably get Flashpoint till the end anyway, just to see where it's going, especially since I don't need the side stories to know really what's going on. Red Robin 23. Somebody has targeted Bruce Wayne's company and is killing all the CEOs and high up people, and it's up to Red Robin to find out. And he does a lot of things in this issue. Will not spoil it here, but he does a lot of things in this issue that have Commissioner Gordon and Dick Grayson looking down their nose at him. And it even makes me question some of his motives. He's becoming a lot like Bruce, but at the same time, I'm starting to question that, like, he's willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Later on in the issue, he finds out that it's the Scarab that are attacking. By the way, the artwork in this is amazing, of course, as always. It's the Scarab, and he basically, the woman he captured a while back, he leads her to she leads him to where the secret hideout is, and then basically escapes. And so that's Tim Drake's little mess up or screw up. And it turns out everybody that was being targeted by the Scarabs are no longer being targeted by the Scarabs. The Scarabs have a new objective, and that's Red Robin must die. And yeah, so now Tim is the main target, and they leave you off with this huge splash page of all the Scarabs preparing to destroy Red Robin. So that's where they leave you. Interesting. I feel like kind of though when you jump in on the very first page, it feels like the last issue was where this all started. Unfortunately, it wasn't. The last issue was the tie-in to the Gotham Judgment, and it's right here, 7 Days of Death Part 1. Also, what's her name? Lynx makes her guest appearance in the very beginning of this issue, and that's, I guess, Tim Drake's love interest. Very interesting. I feel bad that I actually dropped the series a while back, because kind of, what do you call it, there's a gap there that I believe would answer a lot of the things that are going on currently.
Why is her mask different here? From here.
Not
Oh no,
different.
his hands, never mind.
Yeah, there you go.
His hands were covering part of it.
So basically it's left off with Red Robin being the main target and to be continued. Red Robin has been amazing. I once again feel bad that I actually dropped it for like 2 or 3 stories. It's going really strong now. The artwork always was amazing for Red Robin. I would absolutely say pick this up. I would have liked a little bit more of a backstory instead of feeling like I jumped in the middle of the story already. Other than that, I have no complaints. The story is awesome, and I can't wait to see where this is going. Finally, this week, once again, as I've said with Superman, some issues are a hit, and some issues are a miss. In this case, it was a minor, very minor, hit. Superman 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven's sleeping.
How did I know you were going to make a 7-Eleven joke?
Why don't you check the cover?
Do you
No.
want me to go buy you a
In this issue, Superman faces off against Livewire again. And it turns out that every time she uses one of her special abilities when it comes to electricity, it ends up hurting her mind. And she basically loses a little bit of the brain cells as she's using her electrical abilities. And she needs a way to stabilize that. And also our good friend, the annoying bitch that I wish Superman would just kick the shit out of already, is one of the hostages that Livewire has. And there's also another superhero, or older superhero, called Iron, who is also one of the captives in Livewire's force field. So basically, Superman has to find a way to help contain Livewire's power so it doesn't affect her mind. So he takes, I have to show this picture, he takes a quick run to the Fortress of Solitude where he sees all of his, where you get to see all of his nice past costumes. And could you guess which costume is going to help Livewire? Dead center. The electric Superman costume makes a minor appearance. Turns out that costume, with a little calibration work done by our friends at Star Labs, is what helps. And also Jimmy Olsen plays a nice role in this series. It's in this issue. Superman basically tells him to hold on to the key of the city, which he was doing in the very beginning of the issue in Utah. So he goes from Utah to Nevada in less than a second. And he uses the key to kind of ground some of Livewire's electrical abilities, and that's what sets everybody free from the force field that she had around them, and she no longer has any prisoners. So she basically, in the end, goes completely loco and says, "Screw it! I want to blow some things up." And then Superman does a super speed change, and she gets stuck in the. Well, he puts on his old electric costume on her, which was kind of weird seeing that on Livewire.
Mm.
No offense,
Yeah.
but it's kind of weird seeing that electric costume on Livewire.
She looks quite nice in it.
And then, in the end, because of the costume, it helps regulate all of her electrical abilities, and she finally, in her mind, cools down and realizes, what the hell am I doing? And basically, she changes the S into an L. So,
No, a lightning bolt.
no, it's an L.
It's a lightning bolt.
L.
Chris, it's a lightning bolt.
Is that an L, Joe?
Yeah, it's just an L.
Thank you.
But it's
But
a
it
lightning
could look.
bolt.
Oh, yeah, it's a lightning bolt with the L.
Lightning bolt, yeah.
And then, this is what I think is
Still
going to...
weird.
In
Sorry.
Action... Yeah, it was weird, of course. In Action 900, Superman renounced his American citizenship, and that caused a huge huge debate all over the world, and people were rioting and not rioting, but they were voicing their opinion on how they hate it. I guess this was like a just in case. I don't want to say it's a just in case. Maybe this was, coincidentally in this issue, which took place literally 2 weeks after the. Was it 2 weeks? No, it was last week. Last week was not. Whatever. 1 or 2 weeks ago was not Action Comics 900. Either this was a rush job to counteract what happened in Action Comic 900, or this was the biggest coincidental fix-up and the best coincidental fix-up, or basically this is going to set a midway point. Superman, Action Comics 900 just completely made Superman look like, ruined Superman as far as the American way. In this issue, I'm going to read what he says here. It's a longie, but it kind of, I guess, fixes his renouncing of the American way, because he kind of renounces what he renounced in that issue here. Jimmy can't understand why Superman is going to help, is going to stand up for Livewire, because she hates him, and he doesn't understand why Superman would help get her a pardon. And he says, well, maybe now Leslie will have a chance to find out, a second chance, so to speak. That's what America is about. See, now he's talking about America again. That's the American way. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and second chances. None of us are forced to be anything we don't want to be. When I was young, I knew I would be someone different when I grew up. I would leave home and make a new life for myself, a new start, a second chance. When I first went to Metropolis, it was filled with people who'd done the exact same thing. People from all over America, from all over the world, who went to the city to live the lives they wanted to be, the people they wanted to be. That's the idea of the American, that America was founded on. But it's not just for people born here, it's for everyone, and it's for people like me and Livewire too. So basically, this is where, if Action Comics was here and it kind of pissed people off, Superman 711 with this one last page is here. So it kind of brings a midway point between the two issues, whereas Action Comics 900 pissed off a lot of people. This issue kind of...
What did you do?
Superman renounced his American citizenship. He says, I don't want to be an American citizen anymore. The American... you know what's funny? He says the American way is not enough, but right here, he says that's what America is about, really. That's the American way. So if he's renounced the American way, he just admitted here that the American way is what he was renouncing. So basically, it's a big parody. If you really look at it, he's
fixing up what they
the writer here, which is, I want to give his name I think it's J. Mike Straczynski. Oh no, J. Mike Straczynski and Chris Robertson kind of fixed what Goiter did in the Action 900. Basically, he's still saying the American way is, like, he's still agreeing with himself, saying that the world, like, he's more worldly, but here he's saying America is the world. Basically, America is about everybody from all over the world coming together and getting second chances, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, everything like that. So basically he's saying the American way is the world way. So he's basically renouncing what he renounced in 900. So if you guys are understanding...
It's kind of evening it out.
So either this page, I'm guessing this page, I'm hoping this page was either the biggest coincidence in comic book history.
I think so. I think they're making...
Or this was a really huge rush job to kind of fix what they did in Action Comics 900, because apparently a lot of people got pissed off and DC knew they had to fix it somehow. So this I guess the last page, or these last two pages were redone, or like I said, coincidence. But in my opinion, I think it was redone.
It might be a coincidence.
Very huge one for this.
Then you know what? DC Comics had a backup plan just in case either DC Comics knew the statement he made in Action 900 was going to kind of piss people off, or... What are you doing?
Checking something.
Okay, or, like I said, just they had that already there. So this kind of fixes the screw-up in Action 900.
I think they fixed it on purpose, but that's just my opinion.
There you go. So either this was DC Comics' contingency plan to kind of appease the people who were pissed off at what happened in Action 900, or this was the best coincidence in Superman history, because this comic kind of fixes what Goiter did in Action 900. Here's Superman saying the American way is the world's way. It's all about people from all over the world coming together and living together in America and getting their second chance, their life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, even though I've said this like 4 times already in this in the past 5 minutes. It bears repeating. So basically in this comic, Superman says he's still for the American... He stands for the American way, but the American way is for everybody.
Yeah, not just for the people born here, but for everybody.
So we kind of... If you really look at it, he... it's kind of... he... oh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Denounced his renunciation.
No, not even that. It's kind of not
I
redundant.
said that so
Fixed,
wrong.
no, redundant wasn't the word.
No, not the right word. I'm trying to think of.
He retracted back what he
No,
said.
when you say one thing and you're against it, but at the same time
You're for it.
What is
That's
that?
kind of redundant when the way you worded it.
Yeah, it is redundant,
Yeah.
right? So, in one comic he says the American way is not enough, and then here he says the American way is the world. Is,
Yeah, pretty much that's
the world.
redundant.
So yeah,
Definition.
he kind of
Retracted what he said in action.
Yeah.
And
I guess that's a word. He retracted it, or
it's like a retraction, I think.
it's DC's way of
He tried
retracting
to
the
explain
stupidity.
it. No, he explained it a little bit.
Yeah, he
Where-
fixed it. He explained
No,
what the
hold on,
American
hold on.
way
where
should
he was
be.
saying where he was saying I renounce it isn't meaning he's renouncing it for good. What he means is what this is saying, that it's not just the American people, it's everybody
True.
that has the American way.
I think this is DC Comics' way of fixing
Yeah.
what they
The
fucked up in
contingency
Same,
plan,
900.
but-
maybe.
Absolutely. Not a contingency plan. They knew people were going to get pissed off, so they made
Yeah.
sure that in the last 2 pages
Or maybe
they
they
did
had
that.
it planned out just in case.
This is the way, I like this explanation of the American way a shitload better than the way Superman did it in Action 900. Straczynski and Robertson did a way better job than Goiter did in Action 900. Whereas it looked like Superman in Action 900 was slapping the American way in the face and saying fuck off. In this issue, he's kind of explaining what the American way is and also saying that's what he's doing. He's doing the American way. Thus, Superman once again stands for truth, justice, and the American
Yep,
way.
exactly.
And I don't want to hear,
Yeah.
and I don't want to hear no bullshit that he does that.
Happiness and second chances.
And I don't want to hear no bullshit that the American way is not enough. Goiter can go fuck himself with the way he explained things.
I like this way.
And I'm
It's
glad
funny.
Superman 711, that is why it gets Comic Book of the Week for me, because 711 fixed what Action 900, that small story, kind of pissed everybody off. It kind of fixed that pissed off mood that everybody was in for the past 2 weeks because of it. So Superman Back to the American Way, absolutely check out Superman 711. Red Robin 23's awesome, artwork's great, check it out. Flashpoint #1 leaves me with a leaves me up in the air. The last page made the whole read worth it. So I'm coming back for the next one. If you guys are interested, check it out. It's really only ramifications on the Flash. The final of the Flash series. The 12 issues were great. The artwork was great. Had its good moments, had its bad moments. Check it out if you want. This is a prequel to Flashpoint. Batman Arkham City #1 of
Awesome
5.
costume.
Awesome costume, awesome artwork. If you get in the game, you might want the prequel. This is a lot better than DC Comics Online. FF #3, an absolute checkout. Artwork's great, story's awesome. Amazing Spider-Man 660, concluding the FF storyline. Awesome artwork, awesome writing. Check it out, definitely. Dark and Dark Wolverine #9, concluding Collision. That's a big one. Concluding Collision.
Very good. Check it out.
Absolutely. The artwork is astounding in Dawkins. I'm really astounded by the artwork. Artwork finally got better in X-Men 11. Once again, we're back in Curse of the Mutants. Really, it's once again just Jubilee getting used to being a vampire and Professor X trying to help out with a story from his past. Up to you guys.
Not the X-Men, I know.
No, it's definitely not the X-Men
No.
I know either. I'm hoping that somehow this all fixes after Fear itself. New Avengers #12, still a little lost, but at the same time still good. Went back and forth. I'd say it's worth kind of checking out. It kind of switches between the artwork again though, guys. When it's in the 1950s with Captain America, the artwork's one way, and then when you're in the present, the artwork's the present way. Up to you guys. Spawn 207, I'm being honest, I'm not into the Jim Downing thing. I know I should give this a chance, and I've really been trying. 7 issues in. If I do not like the way Q&A ends, or if Q&A leaves me with that still empty feeling, I'm just going to drop Spawn for a while and let Jim Downing play out. And Starboy #6, of course, is a pickup. Artwork's great. Dark artwork in Spawn 207 still, but yeah. As far as my free comic books, the only comic worth mentioning that actually caught my interest is Lock and Key. You'll be seeing, possibly, provided with money, I will be checking out the next series of Lock and Key, which is going to be called Clockworks, coming out in June, so expect to see that here. Also next week, the Star Wars issue I was going to pick up, it's called Star Wars Dark Side. is coming out. Unfortunately, had to opt out of that for next week, but I will probably have it in my comic batch the following week, so you'll quite possibly be seeing that a week late, but I am still interested in possibly getting it. That's about it for this week, guys. Once again, kudos to J. Mike Straczynski, even though I'm kind of pissed off with the whole Grounded storyline in whole. But still, with those last 2 pages, I gotta tip my hat to J. Mike Straczynski and Robertson. You guys really fixed what Goiter fucked up. Or you guys did a better job at explaining the American way than Goiter did. I'm sorry. I think this comic did a shitload better of a job than Action 900. Once again, kudos to you guys. The artwork in Superman is still so good. I'm just praying Grounded ends soon, and we could just get back to Superman and Metropolis doing what he does best. But I know Grounded's going to get worse before Superman gets better. I'm just hoping Grounded just pushes out, and by this time next year I could be... Oh, absolutely. By this time next year I'm hoping to be saying Superman's back in Metropolis doing what he does best, and the stories are so much better. Because I'm being honest, guys, other than that stupid little story in Action 900, Action Comics is picking up. The Reign of Doomsday looks really interesting. I'm looking forward to the next issue. Artwork in that is really awesome also. So, hopefully Superman will pick up. There'll still be up and down points. So, guys, hope you enjoyed this comic book review. I will see you guys next week. What, Mike?
Just want to say congrats once again to Smallville's 10th season.
Oh yeah,
series finale.
We're gonna miss you on TV. I'm
Yes,
gonna miss you.
I
In
am
September,
too.
I'm gonna be like, when's Smallville going on? I'm gonna remember it's over.
And this is technically your 80th video.
Yes, little retraction.
Oh,
by the way.
congrats.
I made a little slip up on the last episode, and I thought the last episode was my 80th. It turned out it was my 79th. That goes to show you should check your videos before you actually make an announcement like that. So now I'd like to say happy 80th. 20 more to go. Yay. 20 more to go. Hooray. By this time, by September, we'll be celebrating the 100th episode.
I think it's the first or second week. I checked it. I'm not exactly.
Third. Because remember, it's either the second or third, but that's beside the point. We'll talk about that there. So I'll see you guys soon in my next comic book review or whatever other comic-related video thingy I do. So...
And let's just hope by September I don't have gray hair. You know,
Okay.
the weeks that go by, it's like a year.
If she has gray hair, I'll be laughing my ass off by my 100th episode.
I'm sorry. So
Once again, the absolute check, guys. Check out Superman
Sorry.
711. This completely fixed that small, shitty story that Goiter did.
I just hope people
Or
follow
it helped
Check
explain it better. I'm just super stoked about what they did in Superman 711. I'm going to be probably talking about this all
I know
week.
it's
Yeah,
Slurpee.
I can-
And
Because it
there's
was
the finger.
awesome. Yes, I see the
I can
finger.
understand
See you guys next week for another Dark Avengers comic book review. Take care, guys.
Later.
Bye, guys.